in 1965, I had been appointed to the position of school teacher and principal at the new Hayters Gap Elementary School in Poor Valley.
People Incorporated today was known in the beginning as the Hayters Gap Progressive Community Club. It was started by a group of people that were interested in improving the quality of life in Hayters Gap in Washington County.
We had a fellow in the community, country storekeeper by the name of Fount Henderson. His wife Thelma was also a teacher at Hayters Gap. And one Sunday afternoon, Fount Henderson came down to the school and said, "Mr. Thayer, I want to talk to you some." And he raised the question, what would you think about us getting a community club going?
A lot of people worked hard. They sold hot dogs and had fundraisers to get money to keep going.
Well, I think our first grant was $62,000, somewhere in that neighborhood. And that was for an administration, that is staff. It included some for a child care center, which became one of the first Head Start programs in the country. With that money, we began hiring people and putting these programs into action.
The important thing is from the humble beginning, people had a lot of faith in others and cared about the quality of life of others. And because of that, we have People Incorporated today, and it has had a tremendous growth in Southwest Virginia, and we're proud of People Incorporated.
We see ourselves as enabling people to change their lives. We really create hope for many people. We are, in many ways, their pathway to their dreams and to the American dream.
Well, now me and my husband own this business called Everything Goes Furniture here in Bristol, Virginia. I always worked really hard. My husband usually worked 2 jobs, and my heart has always been in decorating. But what happened years past, we really didn't know much about how to run a business. So we found ourselves in really a bad place, not knowing about money management with business. So boy, did we have to take some back steps. Awesome, awesome program. I'll never forget the kindness they did show to us. I really do think if People Incorporated hadn't helped us, it would have probably, the vision would have still been there. Hopefully it wouldn't have died, but I think it would have taken years to really get to a place in our minds because of our mindsets. And I'd like to thank People Incorporated for giving us a chance. And when we would call them, they would help us. They would teach us how to do the accounting when we really didn't know, and teach us how to help manage our money. It's been such a blessing.
When I first got involved with People Incorporated, I was 15 years old. And they helped me with financial aid and got me books. So I was able to get my degree in criminal justice. I've been here at the police department for 1.5 years. I love my job. It's really fun, really fast paced. I wanted to get into law enforcement because my dad's been a deputy for Bristol, Virginia Sheriff's Office for 21 years now. And I've always looked up to my dad. If I didn't get involved with People Incorporated, I have no idea where I'd be. I probably wouldn't have went to college. I probably wouldn't be here because, you know, my degree really helped me get this job.
We had found out about a program through People Incorporated called Transitional Housing. We had to take a lot of credit and budget classes, which we found very beneficial. We would have never had the means to buy our own home, and we had never realized how hard it is and how much hard work is put into owning your own home.
We'd still be horrible spenders if it wasn't for People Incorporated and their programs.
That was our light at the end of the tunnel, was transitional housing.
Yes.
I mean, it really was. It was that little bit of hope, that little bit of help that you need, and it was there. We had talked to our girls several months while we were in the process of searching for homes, and we told them that if we were able to find a home, would they rather be able to have a house with a yard or Christmas presents like toys. Ultimately, they told us that they wanted a home with a yard, and that would be the best gift Santa could bring. So in December 6, 2006, we purchased our first home. We were able to move in right away. We were in this living room, and the fire was lit, and our family was here, and everybody had brought food, and it was the most wonderful Christmas ever because we knew that we had our home and we didn't have to worry anymore about where we were going to live.
I was in jail. I was in prison. I was in jail for 13 months. I went to the center for 6 months for drugs. It was an awful time in my life. I'm not proud of it, but it's a place I needed to be at the time because it would either be there or death. Since my incarceration, I lost my kids, I lost the place I had to stay, I lost my husband, I lost everything. When I got out, I found People Incorporated, the Virginia Cares program. It's not specifically for ex-felons, but that's what they specialize in, and they let you know there is help out there, and there is things they can do for you. I graduated from that program, got my certificate. Their support groups is great. Anybody who's ever been down a road like I was down would know that you need support and help through a time like that in your life. I've been out a year and 8 months now, and it's been great. I've got my 2 kids back. I got a place to live. Don't let people tell you that, you know, if you do certain things and stuff that you can't turn your life back around and do something right, because that's not true. I'm proof that, you know, you can change and you can make a difference. And I hope someday that when I get the money and stuff, I hope to go to college and be a counselor for people who's been addicted to drugs and go and talk to people who's been where I've been. That's what I'd like to do. I would have probably been, without People Incorporated, some scared little girl with that thought in my head that no, I couldn't get help, and no, that, you know, there was no chance for me, that I was just going to be one of the, what's the word you use? I was going to be statistics. I was going to go back to jail. I was going to be back on drugs. I was going to doomed to failure. That's what I would have probably been without them, without their help, and without them showing that, you know, you can change and you can make a difference.
I'm a junior at Virginia State University. I've been with People Incorporated for 7 years now, and they have done wonderful things for me. Since I was 15, I was living by myself. I didn't have that much money, and I needed to find a job. There was this program that my friend was in, and I was wondering what it was, because he could get money every week, in which me living by myself, that would have been beneficial for me. So I showed up to the class, I got signed up. Since then, I've just been doing great things. There's no telling what I would have been without People Incorporated. But now that I have them, I can reach my goals, which one is to be a basketball coach or athletic director. Now that I major in sports management in college, that's helping me get there closer and closer to my dream. As right now, I'm in the ROTC at school, so more than likely, once I graduate, I'll be a second lieutenant within the Army. Me staying in the right path right now, I know within 5 years from now, I'll definitely where I need to be at, or where I want to be. So it's just like I can see a lot of things paying off and me not giving up. If I have one thing to tell anybody that's been in my situation or far worse, the #1 key, the reason why I'm here now and staying alive and strong and happy, see with a smile on my face, is because I didn't give up hope.
Being employed at Honecker High School, I'm trying to make an impact on students who may feel the same way that I did when I was a freshman. Some of my classmates started talking about a program called Project Discovery. I didn't know what it was, but they invited me to a workshop one afternoon. So I attended and gathered some information, and it really sparked an interest. So I went home and I talked to my family about it, and I filled out the paperwork, and thankfully I was accepted into the program. It was a wonderful, wonderful program. I was primarily accepted because I was a first-generation college student. My father is a full-time pastor, and my mother has always been a homemaker, and neither of them had ever been to college, nor had any of my aunts or uncles or grandparents. No, we didn't know anything about college. We didn't even know that college was possible. I graduated with a bachelor's degree and then a master's degree, and have been employed at Homeowners High School for 7 years. But not only did Project Discovery spark something within me, but it was really a pathway for my entire family. While I was at Southwest, my grandmother became interested in college, as well as my mother. So we had 3 generations in college together. My mother and grandmother graduated from Southwest on the same night. And it's been a wonderful experience, an enlightening experience. You do have a choice. There are options. You don't have to settle for second best, but you can be the best and have a wonderful and bright future ahead of you if you'll just become active in Project Discovery.
The Head Start program is a great place for children to have a head start to go into the school system.
In Head Start, we have screenings that we do for each child.
If they do not pass any of these screens, we then talk to the parents on one-on-one basis and let them know what they failed.
We have been a great part of the community. We provide resources through our family service workers for other families. In our classroom, we have several centers in which the children have free play.
They are learning and having a great time.
Little hands, what will you hold? Will you reach for the rainbow or search for the gold? Will your fingers gently cradle the rich soil of life? Will your palms touch the darkness or stretch for the light? Precious little hands, what will you hold?
I think it's amazing that we are able to provide this service to our community.
People Incorporated has been an unbelievably wonderful program, and I'm very, very, very thankful for their help, very thankful.
But through Project Discovery and People Incorporated, I was able to make better decisions and, of course, have a better future.
If you just push yourself to succeed, and there'll be people out there that's able to help you succeed in life.
The fact that they're still working for me now is mind-blowing. I thank them and everybody in that whole staff for helping me.
Go find places like People Incorporated and the Virginia Cares program. Reach out for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because if you don't ask for help, then nobody's going to give it to you. You got to want it and you got to ask for it.
I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for People Incorporated.
People Incorporated is one of the most effective community action agencies anywhere in the United States.
The newest, boldest initiative that Southwest Virginia is embarking on, and that's the Heartwood. Heartwood is a program that is going to capture our artists, both performing artists and those that perhaps make something with their hands. You know, People Incorporated has done so much for so many, and it's an understatement to say that. We give them, from a government's perspective, a little bit of financial help, and they multiply it many times over. They live it every day. They believe in what they're doing. And if not for People Incorporated, there would be so many families that would not be enjoying the lifestyle that they enjoy today. They have helped so many in the transformation, and without People Incorporated's help and the dedicated folks who work there today and who have worked there previously, I'm not sure we would be where we are today.
This experience at People Incorporated has been a huge growth thing for me. I've done things that I never dreamed that I'd have the opportunity to do. I've done things that I never dreamed that I had the capability to do. But what I've learned over the years is that there is nothing that we can't do.
Little feet, where will you go? Will you set out for fortune, finding rocks in the road? Will you travel to places of beauty untamed? Will you walk a path of misery and dark clouded shame? Tiny little feet, where will